your dad works at Panda Express and you're like a kid, you are sick of Chinese food by the time you're like 9 years old.
That and
you're having like bad memories of like having to eat breakfast of orange chicken.
Right. And you're sick of hearing your dad give thanks to Panda Express.
Because,
he's like, they took care of us.
Yeah, right? Where do you think those shoes came from, boy?
Christmas parties, everything.
It's the same way that your parents talk about Ford or something.
Yeah.
No, back in the day, that's kept this town going.
Yeah. If it wasn't for Ford, that's why we're all here. Your grandfather.
Yeah, your grandfather worked at JFK Airport.
And he told him, they always got that story. He said, we got to change the damn assembly line.
Yeah. Back in the days, you could raise a whole family.
The JFK Airport thing, there got to be a clause. There has to be in the contract. I would love to see the job interview or exactly the loophole they found, because this is $1 billion and $1 billion establishment, and all their workers are ready to fight you. It's like, lawsuit-wise, this would never work.
Well, just think how tough the job market must be, because it's like nobody wants to work at the airport.
Yeah.
How much do they have to pay to get somebody to work at the Panda Express? I mean, I'm sure it costs more. I mean, you make more at the airport Panda Express than you do right here, right?
You'd have to, but I don't think that you do. Come on, that would mean life's
But I mean,
fair,
can they not find a job somewhere else that's other than having to go all the way to JFK?
You know what I bet it is? They get you comfortable and then they transfer you. Once everything's good, they go, hey, we're going to have you a senior manager.
Well,
they just give you a job.
That's how they threaten you over at this Panda Express.
Right.
They're like, oh, man, they catch you not washing your hands. They're like, all right, one more demerit.
Right.
Yeah, you're about to ride the A train for an hour and a half.
You're going to be in JFK. They're doing that construction.
They got to go through TSA every single day.
Yeah, or even the wait staff there at 5 in the morning. Dude, I get to JFK at 4:30 in the morning. The wait staff is there. And they don't even want to hear this shit. You say, excuse me, can I sit anywhere? They just go, it's opened, isn't it?
Hey, what are you, stupid? Hey, are you Dutch?
Yeah.
What, are you fucking French?
I'm sorry, I was trying to follow the rules here.
Yeah. Well, no, they only respect like prison rules. They respect confidence.
Right. They don't even have. You know what's crazy? They have a lot of self-register, self-checkout, and the store will be closed. It's like, why? Open the damn store.
Everything at JFK should self-checkout should just be 24 hours.
It's literally I don't know how far beyond they go to make you the worst breakfast possible. It's like, dude, at least I'm paying $20. Can't you just use regular potatoes? Is there that many people ordering the breakfast?
Well, there's some security measure about getting potatoes into the airport or something.
Get the hell out of here.
I'm guessing that's what it probably is.
Wow.
You know what happens when you put a potato, all the radiation that's gone through your body from going through that TSA machine, that hands up diamond machine. How many times have you gone through that?
Right.
Every day. I mean, you probably 30 times in the last year. How much radiation your body's taken?
Way over that.
Think about how much radiation those potatoes have taken.
And they make you do it again. Put your hands up. That's when I get mad. Yeah, you're right. Potatoes, you'd have to do them 4 or 5 times.
All those eggs and potatoes going through all that machinery. It's like, no, I'm sure all that shit is getting zapped.
I can't.
So by the time you get through, it's like it takes away the salt or something.
I really hope that machine don't cause no damage. Those people have been using it for years.
Well, the machine, most regular people only. It's like when you get I got that MRI on my chest.
Yeah.
Whatever. They made me drink that liquid, and you had to go through the tube. And they're like, hey, just so you know, this is 3 years of radiation at once. But it's like, how often do you get an MRI?
Yeah.
And it's like they're making sure I don't have cancer. So it's like, all right, I'll do it.
It's worth it.
But it's like TSA, you're only supposed to travel once a year.
Huh.
But it's like, no, you're on that shit every day.
Right.
So it's like you've gone through that, whatever that machine's doing when it's swiping across your face. It's like, it's getting in you.
The person in charge, and they special pick people. I can't stand that. No, you. No, you, Mom. Come here, Mom.
Yeah. You're standing there and you don't got shoes on, so you feel vulnerable.
Right. Well, the thing is that when you can't tell nobody with pre-check anything, I learned that. They respect the hell out of people with pre-check. Like, you see people come through, they'll be like, excuse me, he'll be like, I'm pre-check. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, sir.
Oh, they say that now, but it's like more and more people are getting pre-check. So it's like the service is going down. Everything's getting worse.
Right.
Everything that's bad about the airport is going to keep getting worse.
That clear is such a joke. Even the workers, I don't see how it's going to be sustainable. I seen about 11 clear workers, and they wouldn't wait on me. I'm like, excuse me. And then finally, they walk over when they finish their conversation.
Wow.
It's like, what are we doing here? I transferred. No more JFK to me. I'm going through Newark. You don't need nothing there. They don't even need security. It's so easy at Newark. There's maybe at most 7 people in line. Newark
I've had
Airport.
mixed experiences with it, but
Well, I'm new to it.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends on like the airlines and how it is. But yeah, Newark is compared to JFK, that's night and day.
Right.
For me, it's just a further trip. But yeah, how's when are you going back out?
I got some time. November 4th, I leave from New York. I go to Turks and Caicos, go get that airport food, then fly back to New York. I'll be gone 4 days.
You're leaving on the 4th?
Yeah, 4th to the 8th.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I thought it was the 2nd.
Okay, yeah. We gotta do some more episodes. Yeah, you're gonna be in Turks and Caicos on election day.
Wow.
What a place to be, huh?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, well, is that
With
on
Drake.
the 8th? I'll be in election day?
I'll
be in the airport.
November 5th.
No, I will get to Turks and Caicos probably the morning of the 8th.
Okay.
And I'll just fly to New York. I'll be traveling.
That'd be nice.
I wonder if they'll announce on the plane who the president is.
I mean, like, it's always at, like, 11 at night, and then they start, like, making guesses about what happened.
Wait, so when do we actually find out?
Well, last election, they didn't find out for a couple weeks, like, officially. Everybody kind of knew, but, like, they still had to tally up all the votes. But, yeah, I mean, like...
when did we celebrate? I don't even remember.
It was like they made an announcement. I was in Washington Square Park when they made the announcement, and everybody starts, like, dancing and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like when Joe Louis knocked out the Russian dude.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, either way, people will find a reason to party. I'm sure they'll get something going on.
Yeah.
A lot of pizza sales.
Yeah, eat some Panda Express.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that shit
It's crazy.
going.
I saw a guy, I mean, like, it's 1 o'clock right now. You just seen people eating at Panda Express in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
It's for lunch.
And that place stays pretty busy.
But it's like, how can anybody go from eating Panda Express? And I guess they got to go back to work now?
Yeah.
Just imagine in the middle of the day, you're eating all that orange chicken. Then you got to, like, get up and go do some more shit.
I couldn't imagine just going there when there's any other option.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, dude, it's deep. I mean, I'm not to shit on Panda Express. I know people got to make their living, whole families.
I mean, that is really like, no, I'm at the mall and there's nothing else.
Bro, the rice ain't even good. I'd rather eat at a vending machine. What have you ever had other than the soda? I admit, they got a damn good orange Fanta.
Chicken.
Yeah. Well, the orange Fanta's good. Oh, the orange chicken, yeah.
I mean,
that's
like,
the only thing they could do
the
right.
sesame orange chicken, yeah. I mean, like, it tastes good. It doesn't feel... That's the problem. It's just like fast food. It tastes okay, but it doesn't feel... It feels immediately bad.
You know what it is? It's all about the presentation. Like, you know how they put it all behind glass. It looks all shiny.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do it all slow with the heaps. And then you think, saying the first couple bites, you're like, fooled.
Oh, yeah.
But then you're like, oh, wait, this tastes like shit.
Well, the orange chicken, the reason why it's so popular is because, like, it just looks... Orange has that, like, kind of glow to it. So it's almost like, you know, the lighting or something. It, like, neon lighting, like, bouncing off the orange chicken.
That whole thing, and then the boneless chicken, like, whoever invented boneless chicken, I guess it was originally the Chinese with orange chicken. That's the original boneless chicken.
It's weird, though. Boneless chicken, it's always the same kind of chicken part.
Right.
It's not like boneless chicken breast or even thigh. It's like they take, like, the fucked up part of the leg and they take the bone out.
Right.
So you end up with just... Yeah. It's all bread.
Yeah, it is a lot of bread. Them boneless wings, man, them things, you know, that's the wave of the future.
I just don't get it because, like, I guess because I'm getting older, but even you see older people there. How does anybody eat anything like that in the middle of the day?
Yeah.
Because you still got the rest of your day. You still got to go do stuff.
I messed up, man. I had a big sandwich, man. I thought it was going to be hooked up. The dude thought I was getting it to go. He was even... I got from a nice place in Queens. And I ordered a sandwich and a pasta. Maybe because there was so much food, he didn't think I'd eat it there. Saying, I go, oh, no, it's for here. He goes, oh, for here? I instantly knew, this sandwich is going to taste like shit. I didn't want to complain, though, but yeah, ice cold chicken tenders, everything just like...
You got a sandwich with chicken tenders in it?
Well, yeah, you know, the chicken cutlet. You know
yeah.
With the prosciutto. But, dude, I still muscled through. It was a $20 sandwich.
Oh, wow.
I ate that shit and the pasta, dude. I couldn't keep my eyes open.
You ate pasta for lunch?
And a sandwich.
Good Lord.
Yeah, yesterday. Dude, I
Wow.
came right here and fell asleep. I was done. I was knocked out for the night at about 5 p.m.
See, it's just like it's like bad for your like. It's not just bad for your health. It's like bad for your economy.
Yeah, I was all
You can't even
bloated.
do shit for the rest of the day.
Right.
The rest of the day, you're just recovering. You can't even you eat dinner. You're still recovering from lunch.
Yeah.
I don't know how people like. There's some cultures too where people just constantly eat like it's all noodles and like rice-based stuff.
Yeah.
Or you go to like Mexico and everybody's like eating like a big bowl of soup for lunch. How do people not fall asleep?
Right. You know, I like, you know, good the Mediterranean. Like my stepmom, she's Arabic, and the way they eat is cool. I like how they eat with
It's
their
like
hands.
It's a bunch of stuff.
Right? Yeah, they're just
Maybe
grabbing
a little
shit,
bit of olives, a little
using
bit of
pita.
tabbouleh.
Yeah. You got some rice, some good greenery. There's like 19 things on the table.
That's the kind of culture where like every day for lunch, somebody's just spent like an hour and a half cooking their own lunch.
Right.
Then they spend another 2 hours eating.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's,
the best way to do it.
yeah, you're not
Some
just
fruit.
hunched over some orange chicken from Panda Express.
I haven't eaten such bullshit since I got back here. A lot of bullshit ass pizza, dude. I think that's the worst thing. When you look at all that cheese 2-3 times a day, I think that's what really did to my side. Well, my side almost fell off the stage at the Pair. These stages in New York are so small. Dude, you get used to a bigger stage like the Ships, and I literally fell off the stage. I missed the stage completely. I just wasn't paying attention.
Did you like tumble down or was it?
No,
just
I
like,
landed it, but I think that's how I pulled my side out.
Do you still feel it?
I stretched, like I overstretched. The place was dead quiet. There was no recovering from it.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, I'm not drunk or anything. I said, the stage is tiny.
Were you in the middle of like a big act out or was it just?
No, it was just switching comments.
Just feeling, oh, wow.
Man, luckily I wasn't. Yeah, I had to bring somebody up after that.
Jeez. Hazards of the job.
Yep.
You should file a workers' comp claim with Grizzly Pear.
Yeah, I would have had to split my head open first.
Talk to OSHA.
Go back. Yeah, this is how I done this.
Yeah.
This is how I done this to my brains.
I wasn't getting paid or anything, but
Yeah.
they do owe me some money.
Yeah, well, we brought you to this place? Well, there's an app where you pretty much beg for spots.
It's free.
Yeah. And I begged him. I said, please, I'll do anything.
I'll host.
Yeah.
I'll host for free.
I'll just work
I'll
for
run
free.
downtown right
I'll
now.
be there at midnight. I could be there in 18 minutes.
Yeah, I'll wait around.
Okay, so you begged to be here, and then what happened?
Yeah. I was like, I got so close. I was at work yesterday, and I was at a pallet jack.
Yeah.
And I'm like pulling this big ass thing of boxes, and you pull, and finally it just goes loose. And like, I got half a second from smashing my entire hand.
Damn.
It would have been like 1,000 pounds of pressure, my hand going against a brick wall. And it was like, that's how quick it happens.
Wow.
That's the closest I've come at work to actually hurting myself. But it's just like, I don't even know what happens to my life if my entire hand is like smashed like that.
And it's the one you write with.
And I mean, just like I can't do anything.
Oh yeah,
So I would have been sidelined. Well, I mean, I think you just file workers' comp, but it's like I don't even know what happens in my job. How long you got to wait with like a broken hand?
Then that's the point when you got to sit around, just smoke weed and watch sports all day.
I think but it's just like, what's even the story where you got to like the rest of the year you're just telling a story of like, I was just pulling a jack for a while, and next thing you know, but I mean, even just that moment. Because I'm by myself in a warehouse, so it's like that moment. It's like do you even call an ambulance for a hand?
Yeah, you'd have to.
I don't know.
The first 3 times you tell the story, those will be the hardest times. But then after that, you have all the bullet points. You don't know how to play with the person's emotions.
Well, it's like I gotta call my boss, and it just be like, hey, just so you know, my entire hand is gone now, so it's going to be a while.
Imagine your hand being gone, then you run into your ex.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, fuck.
Well, it's one of those injuries where it's not even like you get sympathy. It's not like you broke your neck and so you're in a cast. You got a hand cast. It's just like, man, every time you see somebody who has a cast on their hand, it's just like that guy's got a shower with that thing on.
And it's
so
like,
you know he's got to wrap a plastic bag around it or something.
And you start to think, well, depending if the dude has big shoulders and a crazy look in his eye, you're like, nah, he fought somebody, you know. But if the dude's like kind of a pushover, it's like, yeah, dude punched a wall, fell down the steps.
Yeah. But just like, it's going to heal all fucked up. And It's like your hand is actually like, there's like 100 bones in it.
How much would you need?
I don't know. I think you get workers' comp. You just get your money, right?
Well, I had workers' comp one time. I didn't have it for my finger. I chopped the top of it off. You know, I had some bad advice. This guy said, hey, man, don't say it happened at home or they'll fire you. And honestly, I could have had some money, but I lied and said it happened at home. And then, like, you know, like 5 years later, I'm talking about it to the boss. And he's telling me, yeah, man. He goes, so, you know, why'd you say that happened at home? You know, you would have had some money. I was like, well, the dude would have fired me. He's like, why would they fire you? And he's like, oh, no, like, you know, because they would have drug tested you. And I was like, I didn't do drugs. Like, I was sitting on all this money.
I got.
Just listen to somebody.
Plus,
probably
even
not a lot. I think $1,000, I bet, a finger.
Well, I think that you'd be able to at least not work. And they'd pay you to not work.
Right, I could have probably had like 6 months off.
Yeah, I mean, it's your finger.
I went to work with it all infected, washing cars, stinking.
Wow.
They called it the stink finger. It turned all black, dude. I used to
Plus,
keep it above
even
my
if
head.
they're like, oh, they're going to fire you, it's like, well, work at a different car wash.
Well, it's hard to get hired with a finger that's all
Yeah,
black
it's
and
true,
stinks.
actually.
Especially in detail. They really do look at your hands.
Oh, well.
When they hire a detailer.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, see, that's the thing. If I smashed my entire hand, it's like, what would I can't do anything.
And do you
That's my
think you
good
get
hand.
$1 million? More back or head injuries are $1 million.
Nah, it would have been like my regular pay for like 6 months off, I think.
Wow.
Probably. Even then, I'm sure you got to fill out a bunch of paperwork.
Man, what would you have did at home?
I would have been something without my right hand. I would have felt like I just would have felt dumb for the next 6 months because it was like the entire reason I was like having to pull this pallet jack was because I couldn't figure out how to steer it.
Wow.
So you just get frustrated after a while and you just start yanking it. And finally it comes loose and it's just like it makes this loud ass smashing noise against the concrete. It's just like that's how close it happens.
We had a dude trying to get hurt at our work at the car wash, man. And, you know, it's funny. I didn't even know this dude's name. Remember that movie Made? My buddy just brought this up because I forgot about it. But remember, there was that movie with Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
And they're like, not swingers. I don't know. But one of them, the dude's name's Bobby Resigliano.
Okay.
So anyways, it's like the other dude's name. And, so we hired this new guy, and we're telling everybody, oh, yeah, his name's Bobby Resigliano and this and that, just because he looked like the dude. But either way, so everybody called him that. But he was trying to fake getting hurt. So finally, it was snowing out. He figured out a way to get hurt, and he's all like, all right, yeah. He goes, oh, you guys need help pushing that car. And they knew what he was on. They're like, no, Bobby. Like, people they thought that was his name. They're like, we don't need your help, man. We don't need your help. He insists on doing it. Falls, makes this big show in the snow, and then tries to use us all as witnesses.
Oh, wow.
And we're like, yeah, we didn't see nothing. And then we had to work with the dude.
Wow.
After we blatantly didn't lie for him. They put him on a desk duty just sitting there.
See, this is just like, I mean, how badly do you need money? Right? How hard is it? How much do you not want to work?
Well, he was about 60. He was like, man, I was hoping to be retired by now.
Because you got it, but it's just like actually getting hurt. And just like your entire goal is to make a bunch of is just to sit at home with a bad back and like a fucked up neck.
Read.
What kind of like, but what do you even like, how is that the goal?
That's the goal a lot of places. I mean, that means you made it.
It's like, what's your even like you're trying to accomplish? See, my thing is always with like, same thing with my apartment situation. It got weird, but it was always like, look, I can either make more money or I can spend less money. That's always your option when it comes to like your finances. But it's like, no, I'll make more money. I'm confident. You got how it shows like the confidence you have in yourself.
Right.
Where it's like, if I'm an ambitious person, I'm a smart guy, I can make some more money if I need to make more money. I'm not going to cut back my entire lifestyle to be eating fucking ramen. I could, if I wanted to, just eat spaghetti for the rest of my life and save a lot of money.
Drink tap water.
Well, I already drink tap water, but it's just like, oh, I could just like cut back all these things and live in a really shitty room. And it's like, yeah, I could save a bunch of money. Or I could actually do some shit.
Enjoy life.
Yeah, I'll work more.
I go way more for the enjoying life part.
You can make, same thing with you. You can make more money.
Right.
There's a way to do it. There's some people, though, I think just don't have that vision. Where it's like their entire vision is like, no, I'm just going to severely degrade my life. That's the only way I can actually make it.
Yeah, those are those guys that get off work at 6. They get the case of beer.
Yeah.
They know the fight's on or sports.
Yeah.
That's what they talked about all day at work.
But it's like if you're actually like an ambitious person, it's like especially these days, it's doing this kind of shit, you can make some money.
Right.
There's always like I feel like, especially because the way it happened with me, because it was like when you were living with me, my bills were way lower.
Yeah.
Because you were paying part of the rent. But it's like now I'm covering both of those rents, and at the time I was like, oh, this is gonna make my life real hard. What am I gonna do? Because before I felt like I kind of had it easy, but now it's like, no, I rose to the occasion.
Right.
It was no coincidence. After you moved out, things started to pop.
Right.
Now it's like, no, I'm gonna start doing TikTok stuff. I'm gonna find a way to hustle. Yeah, exactly. So it's like anytime you're in a situation where it's like, no, you end up rising to the occasion. Once your bills go up a little bit, it's like you feel stressed out because you're still thinking in your old way.
Yeah, and I think that's the worst thing. Like, like we've had the conversation about Medicaid, and we both said, I don't want to make too much money because I want to stay on Medicaid. But that mentality is terrible.
Some guys where it's like they want to move to the big city, but they're like, I can't afford that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I would love to, but it's like, nah, I'd rather stay here because I can only, you live in a real cheap part of the country where it's like, I only got to work part-time and I can live in this house and I can get food stamps and I can go to Dollar General, and it's like, no, my life's easy. But it's like, no, if you move to the big city, it's like you can do more shit.
So many people are afraid to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
I remember when I detailed in Ohio, man, lots of guys would talk about going down to Miami because they're like, that's where you really detail, or California.
Yeah, right. That's where you can watch some cars at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my buddy Eric, he flew down to Miami a couple of times, like hung out at the shops and stuff, he told me.
Wow.
Because it was
Miami, though, it rains a lot.
Yeah.
So I wonder how much you could actually detail cars.
That's a good question.
I feel like when I was living in Southern California, San Diego, you're in the desert. So, like, every single day, your car is all fucking dusty when you walk out. Because there's always dust in the air. It never rains. So it's like everybody's car is constantly dirty, or they're always washing it. So it's like I feel like the dream has to be like, no, I'm moving out to, like, either Arizona or San Diego.
Right.
That's where you can wash some cars. I mean, it's a full-time gig.
Dude, wow.
I think they made cars, I mean, like, new cars, they don't get as dirty as quick. Yeah. But, like, I was driving, like, a 2000 Honda Accord.
Right.
So my shit would, like, I'd take it to the car wash, and within 2 days, it already looks all fucked up.
Damn,
again.
from the desert and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and down there you guys don't have potholes, right?
Not as much, no.
I mean, like snow.
The cities, yeah, exactly. The weather is a lot more, like...
the roads are probably way nice. Dude, Youngstown, you got potholes. It's like, boom! You're like,
like
shit.
The concrete, like, freezes over the winter, and then it cracks up.
Oh, wow.
I think that's how potholes happen. And then, like, people driving pickup trucks and bumping into shit. But, nah, if I was a car wash guy, that's where you start it.
That makes sense.
That's why there's all these, like, immigrant guys washing cars in
cleaning up, making thousands.
Yeah.
You can make thousands down there, I bet. Yeah, people always talked about Miami.
Yeah. But it's like you can always... People are afraid to have kids. It's like, how am I going to pay for this baby?
Right.
Nobody's baby is starving.
I'll tell you,
people always make enough money. You find a way to make it work.
You know who's not afraid to have kids is the people with those real iced out watches. Anytime you see somebody with one of those fake iced out, you can almost guarantee they got a couple kids.
Well, the thing is, like, you hear people say like I'm afraid to have kids because it sounds expensive. I can't afford to pay for it. But that's like a very middle class mentality.
Yeah.
Go to poor people all over the world. This isn't just America. Poor people have babies all the time.
Yeah.
The people who can't afford the babies the most are the ones who are having the most kids.
Wow.
People have fucking 8 kids.
Yeah, you almost
and it's like they couldn't afford the first 2, but it was like, nah, I made it work.
They made it work.
Yeah. I mean, like, you buy one winter coat for the little baby, and then, it gets passed down.
Man, dude.
The babies get cheaper as they go.
Nobody's going to know about that stuff today, about sacrifice. People ain't going to stop going to Starbucks.
Well, I mean, you got babies. You got to, babies got to wear some kind of clothes.
People will figure it out.
Yeah. These babies, you have 5 kids and you space them out by each, 3 years?
Yeah.
So by the time you have that 5th kid, you already got a babysitter in the first one.
Right.
Yeah, the first kid's already 14, 15 years old.
You got the clothes going.
Yeah, and I mean, you're just passing on the clothes every 2-3 years. So you just pass them down.
Right. But then where do you go from there?
And you sell those baby clothes on Facebook Marketplace. That's where, that's all Facebook Marketplace is.
This is a whole life lived this clothes.
Yeah, right. That's why you buy that first. Plus, that first baby was wearing some pretty good clothes.
Yeah.
You're getting like high quality, like LL Bean clothes.
And now
then
it's
by the time it
vintage.
gets to exactly. By the time it gets to like the last kid, it's like, no, this is like old school. He looks dapper.
I could definitely see you having a lot of kids. I might have waited too long, man.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I think that was more of a lifestyle.
I'd have to go to the Midwest now to meet a girl. Like, what? I'm going to meet a girl in New York, bring her back to the Midwest. She ain't doing that.
Well, you're already at like grandpa age in the Midwest.
Right. Yeah, I am, dude. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to have some, like, you're going to have a baby, and they're going to be like, whose baby is that?
I just want to show up around, around back home and be like, finally have it together. That's what we've all been waiting for.
I think you got to adopt at this point. You got to adopt like a 10-year-old. And then you just show up and you're like, yeah, I forgot to mention I already had a baby back in the day.
Yeah, I never brought it up.
Yeah.
Then you start finding out you got all these
I'm teaching them how to
kids.
drive now.
Yeah, 16, adopt a little 16-year-old.
Yeah. You just get the last years.
Dude, I don't think I'd be able to adopt a kid.
I mean, it would have to be like,
Nah, man. You got to think, man, this kid's going to live in your house, know you at your weakest point. It could murder you anytime you want.
Well, I think you got to adopt like a 1-year-old at that point.
1-year-old, well, good old enough and maybe
Oh,
off
you got to get a 1-year-old who kind of looks like you.
and never tell him the truth.
Well, you wait for a while. You tell him when he's old enough. But those first 10 years, he's still,
Yeah.
let him have a little hope.
Then you start to see he looks a little bit more Asian. He starts asking you
Right.
questions.
He starts asking about your hairline.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, now, see, here's the thing. I don't know if I'd adopt, but I would date a single mother.
Right.
And that, I'm telling you right now, if this video, which we know it's not going viral, but people just hearing me say I would date a single mother, they lose it on the internet. Or if I'm like, I would
Lose
date
it
a girl
in
that's
a good way or a
38,
bad way?
negative way. Well, the men.
They don't want... Oh, right, yeah.
The men will be like, what a simp. Somebody come give this guy his simp award. Or
Yeah.
if you say a girl that's 38 deserves to enjoy life, you get a lot, oh, man, this guy's a simp.
Yeah, I mean, people say that's like, you see the dating advice on TikTok where it's like some woman in a car. She's like, man, you should never date a woman who has a kid because blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, you're getting at a certain age in a certain location. That's all the women.
Right.
How you can't limit your pool that much.
We got to lower the age to 28.
They still got kids, though.
28. Yeah,
Yeah.
but maybe you get lucky.
No, if you're in the middle, you're in the Youngstown, Ohio.
You got to find a girl grew up shy, never got her nails done.
Right. But I mean, like, you think the overall dating pool is going to be a lot of single mothers.
Especially if you hang out at the mall a lot.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's just a matter of finding one who's like, make sure the baby's father isn't like, about to get out of jail or something.
Yeah, she's not too spiteful. That's
Yeah.
always but you get a spiteful, girl, that could cause you some serious problems.
Well, you got to make sure that her, like, baby's father wasn't like a NFL player or something.
Oh, yeah, the baby dad drama.
Yeah.
Either that or you got to make sure he wasn't, like, short and a little bit hood. Because those
Right.
short hood dudes,
Yeah.
you're almost, dude, that's the worst. You definitely don't want to mess with this short hood dude. He's got the little, he's like...
Well, it's like, how many dates do you think you got to go on with the girl before you can ask her to show you a picture of the guy?
Yeah, what's he locked up for?
Well, how tall is he?
How
Well,
big are his shoulders?
how much can he bench press? 'Cause it's
Yeah.
like, I got to see if I can take this guy.
And you can't see, now you could look these guys up online. Man, I dated a girl, and I remember her telling me, yeah, my baby, and his name, he had one of them crazy names, too, Shane. She's like, yep, my baby dad, Shane's getting out of prison. He tried to murder her, did 5 years.
Wow.
She's like, we've been writing back and forth. I didn't want to tell you, but it's good for our daughter.
Wow. That is good for the daughter, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ended up robbing a bank at gunpoint like 2 months after he got out.
Wow. See, I guess that's where you got to time it. You got to wait till
Yeah.
right when he's about to go back to jail.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got a good 4 to 6 years before,
Yeah, start hinting around to him.
Yeah.
Man, dude, someone like you need to just be out hitting banks.
Yeah, right. You know, if you just do it on a Thursday, they can't catch you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got one word for you. Bring a note.
yeah, right. They can't catch you if you wear glasses.
Yeah, listen, wintertime's coming up. Come
You
on.
just got a limp on your way out.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, they're only gonna look for the limp.
They'll never know.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's plug some dates, huh?
Got nothing.
Oh, you're going to Turks and Caicos?
Yeah,
This is
November
coming out.
4th. What do I got coming up? Anything big coming up? No. Me and you should do a
Let's
show.
plug
Dry
some of these.
Salami
Plug
show.
some of these shirts. Show off your T-shirt right now.
What do you guys think, man? Well, actually, these are
What's-
never
what's
going to
the
be
shirt
made
say?
again. There's going to be different ones.
But what about?
What about Ravioli Night from one of the early on Midwest sketch bandits?
What about Ravioli Night? Huh? I'm sure we're all asking that.
Yeah.
And even if you're wearing that shirt and people are like, "Hey, where's that shirt from?" It says your name.
Yeah, Dominic Vianelli. You look down there.
Yeah.
There's
just
a
in
spelling
case.
and correction, but
Is
no,
it?
No.
Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, like, if you want to hit up Dom's brother, he's got a whole
Lion,
warehouse.
actually, Lion Lures Production Company. We don't want no tax problems.
Yeah.
Oh, my brother, yeah. I wanted him to come out here for the rest of the movie I'm shooting because, what do you call? He's got the fake gun. Did you see it?
Oh yeah, right.
Man, that thing's cool.
Pretty sick.
But yeah, T-shirt press, Lions Lure Productions.